Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lucid Raver. This week we have Rob.
Hello.
And Rob is a wonderful, big-time friend of mine. I will get into how we met each other. But before that, today is actually a special day. It is 420. Woo! And since I am a avid cannabis supporter, I wanted to let you guys know a couple of fun facts about marijuana. The first item ever sold on the internet was a bag of marijuana over 40 years ago. And according to the UN, 158.8 million people around the world use marijuana, which is 3.8% of the population. I expected there would be more people, but we are in a progressive nature moving forward, trying to get that legalized everywhere. So hopefully, who knows, it will go up, super fast. From 1850 to 1942, marijuana was listed in the United States pharmacopoeia as a useful medicine for nausea, rheumatism, still probably saying that wrong, and labor pains, and was easily obtained at a local general store or pharmacy. Someone would have to smoke over 1,500 pounds of marijuana within about 15 minutes to die of a lethal overdose. In other words, dying from a weed overdose is nearly impossible.
I feel like you would actually die from smoke inhalation before you actually die from the weed.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine 1,500 pounds of marijuana in 15 minutes. No, that just gives me anxiety.
It wouldn't even burn in 15 minutes.
Would it just be like one big,
It's just like they made the Burning Man statue out of weed this year.
Yeah, and you have to I don't know, sit inside of it somehow and smoke through some canopy thing. I don't know. Several studies indicate that both alcohol and smoking cigarettes are more harmful than marijuana itself. Scientists have found that a marijuana compound can freeze and stop the spread of some types of aggressive cancer. And lastly, researchers note that cannabis may effectively treat a number of different physical and mental ailments, including post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, and depression. That is my fun facts about marijuana. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. But moving on, Rob.
Yes.
So I met Rob like 5 years ago now? 5 or 6 years ago.
It was Moonrise 20...
Okay, so
16? No, 7. It was in 2017.
2017. I was 21, turning 22. Yeah, because it was my it was my 22nd birthday.
Yeah, because you made that top of the 22 on it.
Yeah. He worked with my ex-boyfriend. I met him like a couple times, and then we all decided that we wanted to go to Moonrise Music Festival in Maryland, and I didn't really know Rob, nor did I know Shelby that well, so it was just me, Izzy, Rob, Shelby, and Allie, and we hopped in your Elantra, all 5 of us, and we freaking drove all the way to Maryland and had a fun, crazy weekend. And yeah,
The funniest thing of that weekend was syncing the laptop to the Bluetooth of the car so you guys could watch Game of Thrones in the backseat.
Yeah, we put like our pillow sheets like in the windows to block out the sun, and we kind of turned it into a home movie theater in your car.
Yeah, it made driving a little hard, but
but yeah, that was a fun time. He is a core Ray family member in our group. And okay, Rob, tell us who you are, what type of raver you are, and how many festivals you've been to.
So I'm gonna start with how many festivals I've been to on that. So when I close out the 2022 season, I will be going to my 18th festival, and that's because I'm going to 5 this year. What kind of raver am I? I really don't know what classification I would be under.
I feel like you would fall under more bass.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would fall under that, but like I listen to pretty much everything.
Yeah, but I find you more at the bass stage.
Yes, I am a bass head at heart. It's kind of my bread and butter because I came from the trap scene into the dubstep scene.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both rooted in bass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you have trap sets at like Lost Lands, Forbidden Kingdom, other dubstep festivals. um, but yeah. So let's see. Festivals. Who am I? Oh, who am I?
Who are you, Rob?
Who knows, honestly? I'm an enigma. A very rare form.
Oh, goodness. You're from New Jersey, though, originally.
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey. Moved to Florida when I turned 18. That's when I started going to like shows because I actually had the access to going to them.
What was your first show? First
Uh,
EDM show?
First EDM show was Candyland New Year's Eve at it was then Venue 578, which
Mm-hmm.
was Firestone, but it's now Vanguard.
Oh, God. Honestly, I'm not in love with either venue at this point. It's just too cramped.
Well, yeah, because it's oversold, but
Yeah.
they still bring great acts.
Let's see. Now, what are your next festivals coming up for you? You said you have 5?
Yeah, so I've already done Okeechobee. Next week I have Paradise Blue in Cancun.
Oh my God. I'm so excited for you.
I'm very excited about that. Also it's all inclusive, so
Yeah, it's the first festival of its kind happening. It's 3 days on the beach, on the side of the beach, right?
well technically it's the second one because Millennium already did Ember Shores at that exact
Yeah, but
location.
for Paradise
Well,
Blue.
as a all-inclusive destination dubstep festival, yes,
Mhm.
it's the first of its kind.
You're going with 3 other friends?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going with Dylan, Chris, and Jill.
That must be a really fun time, especially you and Dylan. You guys are going to get into a lot of shenanigans. I know it.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact that the following week we're going to Forbidden Kingdom too.
I know. I've done a couple of those things where it's like a back to back, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to say fuck it.
Yeah, that's exactly. So the way I decided whether or not I was going to go to that festival was I put the request in for work. And I was like, if they approve it, I'm going. If I don't get approved, I won't go. It got approved in 20 minutes.
I love that. It's like, well, I guess it's fate then. Like, I have to freaking go, especially since it's in your backyard. Like, there's
Yeah.
kind of like an obligation. And I said I wasn't going to go to Forbidden Kingdom, but, you know, my friends and the lineup really changed my mind.
In other words, sudden death, enter the darkness.
Enter Inferno.
Is it?
Enter Inferno.
I was remembering from when
we're
rumored.
guessing. Yeah, we're guessing about it. I'm excited for that and to see K9, which is drum and bass in like 1991.
How about the fact that they're doing a whole drum and bass stage this
I
year?
know. Like literally, I'm gonna be thriving. I hope like nothing conflicts with my drum and bass sets and like the sets I want to see.
But we're going to Conflict Kingdom.
I know. I think it's gonna be 3 stages though, right? Again,
I think they're adding stages.
a 4th stage.
Because they're doing a completely covered cool down tent this year.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least that's what Pepe is teasing on Twitter.
They better have friggin' like.
They better move main stage into
tents.
the amphitheater.
Yeah, there needs to be more shade, or I am going to sue. Wait, so after Forbidden Kingdom, what do you have?
Next festival after that is Bonnaroo.
I'm so jealous that you're gonna get to do that too.
This is
like
gonna be my second Roo.
Tame Impala, once I saw Tame Impala Oki, I was like, I gotta see them again. They're so good. You better not miss that set. You're gonna see it, right?
Tame Impala?
Yeah.
So my thing about that festival is because I have 2 other festivals in front of before it, I just keep forgetting who's on the lineup.
Tame Impala, Disclosure, Porter Robinson?
Porter and his house project.
Yeah. Yeah, just a lot of big names.
Yeah. Rez, BTSM.
It's just gonna be J. Cole. J. Cole's gonna be there.
Yeah. Ludacris is there.
And Stevie Nicks. Like what? So then after
Also Flume is playing.
Oh, that's it. I
am so excited.
I honestly I was like, fuck. I'm going to Electric Forest, but
I want to say that Flume is actually one of the late night sets, so he'll be at like 3 in the morning.
well, I'm gonna go to the Central Florida Flume set to make up for it. But I was like this close.
I'll
like,
see him the next day.
Yeah, yeah.
On the same day as 21 Savage.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, 21 Savage, Roddy Ricch, and some other rappers.
What do you have after not Electric Forest, Bonnaroo?
After Bonnaroo, my next festival will be Lost Lands.
And then you have one more after that? EDC or no?
If I do EDC Orlando, that'll actually be 5 festivals for this year.
Yeah. You think about maybe doing like Halloween?
I'm sorry, 6 festivals this year. The only reason I get put off by Halloween is just pretty expensive.
Well, I'm going to work it again, and Allie's going to work it too. Jacob's debating about working as well. And like, free ticket versus a $500 ticket. Debatable, but we're going to be coming back from Shelby's wedding, so.
Yeah, I just got that invite in the mail, actually.
What?
I just got that invite in the mail the other day.
Shout out Shelby and your engagement.
I'm Josiah.
Okay, then we have one more question. Well, I have one more question for you. And what is your favorite music festival and why?
Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo is my favorite festival through and through. Like,
not even Lost Lands? Wow.
Bonnaroo.
Wow. And why Bonnaroo?
There's just something about the crowd and the whole vibe there is just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was also my first camping festival, so it has that special place in my heart. Also, it's the fact of how many different genres are there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you take Okeechobee and add more diversity,
mm-hmm.
and actually put all the stages inside the festival.
Yeah.
Well, except for Where in the Woods. Where in the Woods, so cool.
I want to know about this.
So Where in the Woods is kind of like how Jungle 51 was at
Oh,
Okeechobee.
Okay.
Except they have live art. The year I went, you could pay to smash a car with a sledgehammer.
Smash a car?
With a sledgehammer.
Okay.
They took all the glass off first, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the stage there was just so cool. And it went all night.
Wow. Okay, so Bonnaroo is not in it for me this year, but next year, if the lineup's stacked, I'm going.
I don't even care about the lineup. It's just, it has a community, really.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah, like a big, like, after I experience Electric Forest, I have to experience Bonnaroo, then I can really say, what is it for me? Like, that's what I've really been wanting to know for the longest is like, what is the best festival in my opinion, especially for camping? Because so far for camping, Halloween, but I also really love Lost Lands and the experience that has, and I love Okie too, but we'll see.
Actually, I think camping at Okie was set up really well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, because even like I was on the complete other side of the campgrounds from you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and it still only took like 20 minutes to get you guys.
You weren't too far. Like sometimes, like certain people, it's a 45-minute walk.
Well, they're slow walkers.
Okay, so we're moving on to this week's segment, which is hotels and Airbnbs versus camping. And we're going to talk about the pros and the cons of each one. Me and Rob have experience in doing both, and we have some knowledge about what we've experienced in, just really giving you guys our opinion, what you should do in certain situations. So the first one I have is camping cons. And the first one I have is weather.
I mean, yeah, weather's always going to be a problem with that, but no, weather can suck. Especially like 8 o'clock in the morning when it's all like 80 degrees in your tent, you're trying to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Off.
Yeah. So if you don't look into where you're going and what kind of weather you're going to be experiencing, you might want to opt in getting a hotel. For instance, when I did a stereo music festival, the venue itself, venue and weather, the venue was atrocious. Plus, it rained, so there was mud everywhere. There was ants everywhere. It wasn't well kept, and I don't know. It was just a very
Sounds like
awful
Tomorrow
time.
World all over again.
Yes, kind of like, well, I wasn't stranded there, thank God. But weather does have a big effect on things, and if it may rain, might be a better decision to go get a hotel or Airbnb just in case you don't want your tent flooded.
I mean, that's a good point, but also like I got an RV for Bonnaroo this year,
Well,
and that's a completely different piece. We can talk about that later.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we could add RV camping, but I was specifically talking about more tent camping because it's a little bit more rough. But I guess RV camping we can add into this
RV
too.
camping is glamping. Let's
It's
face
glamping.
it. You have air conditioning, you have your own bathroom and your own shower.
Yes, yes. Um, for amenities, for cons for camping, a lot of festivals might not supply the amenities that one needs. Like for Asteria, once again, they only had one water station in the whole area. They had one ice chest box that was open every 4 hours at random times. It just wasn't what the essential items that I needed to like survive. They only had two food trucks going in the whole festival. It was just very like not ran well, and I kind of regret not getting a hotel and being able to go into the outside world and get my own food, you know?
Yeah, I mean, especially with that, that's just a very unprepared festival.
Mhm.
Where I mean, we've also been to festivals that have been pretty unprepared, but
Lost Lands, they didn't clean our porta potties out till the third day. It wasn't a daily thing because the porta potties near our tent, some of them were like close to the rim, and it was disgusting.
really,
Yeah,
I no, definitely got cleaned out.
by the third day, dude, I remember. Well, I got like the wrong porta potty,
Yeah, you
but
definitely got the wrong porta potty because every morning I went, new toilet paper, empty.
wow. Okay, well, I got
Maybe
the
you just need to
shit
start
end of the
waking up
stick.
more earlier.
Take your morning.
Because you got to remember, at Los Angeles, I was the last to go to sleep and the first to wake up every day.
True. This is true.
And that's on insomnia.
Uh for camping, you might not have a real bed. You might not have a real toilet. You'll have probably a porta potty, or you might have to like dump out your toilet for your RV, which is gross. You might not even have like a shower based on. I feel like all camping festivals have shower amenities, but like sometimes I don't want to pay $10 to take a shower
Also, I don't want to walk 45 minutes
or
to go.
wait an hour line to take a shower. Like I'd
Did you
rather.
see the lines at Okeechobee
Oh
at like
yeah,
2 o'clock in the afternoon?
yeah. No, it's
Like,
disgusting.
I was in red camping and it would come all the way out to the road and then go back like half a pod.
I didn't take a shower the whole weekend.
Mm,
Yeah,
no. I
well,
took a shower every day.
we made a makeshift shower, which was like this plastic bag tied to like a corner triangle part of our tent, so it could kind of like block us in. And I got like a jug of water, and I got the soap, and I was like, and then I had to help Katie shower, and she poked her head out underneath the plastic bag, and then I had to like pour water in her hair. She's like. It was rough in it, but I'm not paying $10 to take a shower. I paid $16 for one bag of ice at Oki. That's as much
That
money
was
as
the only thing about Okie that annoyed the
that
hell out
was
of me.
disgusting. I see they price gouge. They price gouge at festivals, and it's disgusting because like sometimes it's an amenity that you really need. Like I like to have cold beer, and the food may be too overpriced. What? Paid like $10 for a slice of disgusting ass pizza. It was probably one of the worst pizzas I've ever had. Was the pizza slice I had at Oki.
You know what was the best pizza festival wise?
What?
Lost Lands.
Yes, yes. Lost
Well,
Lands
that you've
slaps.
experienced.
What?
That you've experienced.
Yeah.
Bonnaroo has like full wood fire ovens.
Really? Wow. Damn. Okay, you get me more excited.
I can tell you all about Bonnaroo later on.
Okay, okay. I do have to say Halloween also likes price gouging. Like It's
Well, didn't you go to
disgusting.
the year that Skrillex played?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to pay Skrillex.
I mean, the
He's
festival in
he's
general is just
expensive.
extremely like it's too much. It's too much. Let's see your neighbors. We had my group at Oki. Rob was with his own group camping. And I've had a couple other experiences at other camping festivals where your neighbors are so rude or like not trustworthy. The people that I was camping at for Lost Lands, the people next behind us, they were fucking with our tent. They spit in our cooler. They were peering in our tent while we are sleeping, had a flashlight on. Like, Deb recorded this. And they were like saying, oh, we're going to call the cops and blah, blah, blah. Like, whispering that outside our tent. I'm like,
Wait, what year was that?
2019.
Okay, I was gonna say I do not remember any of that.
No. Thank God it didn't happen this year. But you can get really sus neighbors. And it's just the luck of the draw. So just like
Yeah.
keep that in mind. You haven't had any bad neighbors, have you?
No, I actually lucked out at Lost Lands because me and Harley became friends with
Those two
the.
girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I talk to them every now and then too. They're going to Lost Lands again this year.
Oh, bet. Cool.
But also at Okeechobee, the people across from us, um, were talking about how they brought a dab rig in, and I was just like, I just poked my head out, I'm like, oh, you did too?
Bet. I love that. I like when you can just like click with your neighbors or they're respectful. But the neighbors this year for Oki were not the move. Like all the other people around us were like kind of sus and I didn't like it.
That's unfortunate.
I
Should have parked in
know.
red.
But Hula, I was so blessed. I camped by myself while I was working at Hula and my neighbors, it was two separate groups that just camped all around me. And they knew that I was by myself and they were so like nice. They asked me how my day was, how work was. They both cooked me like dinners and I just felt like
See that those are A+ neighbors.
but I feel like that's also Hula vibes. It's a community too and it's very more tight niche because it's a smaller festival, so you run into the same people and you could just spark up a conversation with anybody, which I really enjoy. So the next one I have is bugs. Harley said he told me this morning that when he was sleeping in the tent with you, he woke up and he saw like a bunch of spiders like at the top of the tent and he said, thank God I got over my spider fear or I'd like freaking die. So
He never told me that though.
yeah, well, when he comes over, you can talk about it. But yeah, if you are scared of bugs, maybe camping's not meant for you. If you don't like getting bit sometimes or waking up with, some mystery traveler in your blanket, then yeah, this probably isn't best for you. People may also steal your stuff. This does happen a lot at music festivals, especially untrustworthy wooks. they,
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
they may just sit on your furniture and then just assume, well, it's mine now, because I sat on it.
This is not my coochie couch.
Yeah, stealing does happen, and if you're scared of someone stealing your stuff, make sure that all your valuables, your money, anything that's super expensive, important to you, put it in your car, lock it away. Because if someone wants to steal from you, they will steal from you.
So I actually take it one step further, and I actually put a hoodie over all my like expensive shit in the car,
Yeah, that's smart.
like my JBL boombox speaker.
Oh yeah,
I'm not trying to lose a $500 speaker.
true. I don't bring a $500 speaker, but
I like loud music.
yes. Yeah, if you guys, I heard that if you try to lock your tent with a lock, that just gives people more incentive to just
Cut it open.
cut it open. So don't do it. Don't lock your tent. Put all your valuables in and just pray that no one, messes with your stuff. So far, so good for me. Thank you, base god. And also, I like to bring importance that camping may not be safe for people for medical reasons and also for safety reasons with other people. I would like to shine a little light on this. I went to Hysteria and there was this girl that camped near me and we became friends and I walked her to her tent and she was like with two guys like beforehand. I met up with her while they were there and then we walked her to her tent. They left and then she said uh she was gonna come out with me. So she went out, we like drink and she was like we all got turned, but it wasn't like where she couldn't handle herself. We went back to the tent and she slept in the tent by herself and the next morning like there was just some questionable things at hand that were kind of worrying because she was very groggy. Her pants were inside out, her underwear was on the outside of her pants, and yeah, e- I don't wish that upon anyone. We don't know for sure what had happened. Maybe she like put her stuff inside out, but God bless her. And I personally always bring some form of protection at a festival, especially if I'm camping by myself, just something to defend yourself just in case. But I just want to shed light on that. And for camping pros, it's right there.
Oh yeah. My favorite thing about camping festivals is waking up in the morning, getting out of your tent, having everyone in the group and be like, okay, guys, well, I'm gonna go into the marketplace and grab breakfast. When I get back, music.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, I'm really tired. I just need to go back to my tent and lay down for an hour nap. And
The amount of hour naps I have taken.
yeah, you get to go at your own pace. You don't have to rush. And like, you can leave your stuff there, go to the festival, come back, get your other stuff, switch out. It's
Well,
very
one
convenient.
thing I liked because the year I went to Bonnaroo already, we were so close to the entrance. We were in Pod 2. It was literally a 15-minute walk to the entrance of Bonnaroo.
Hmm.
I changed my clothes like 4 times a day. I brought so many outfits.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the ability to do it, like, why not?
Exactly.
And I also don't like being in my festival clothes all day because like you sweat through it. So like sometimes you just need that change to like feel fresh again. So you can get food whenever you want as well. You don't have to like,
Well, for the most part.
yeah, like you can go back and get your snacks instead of having to pay for festival food if you choose not to pay $14 for an egg roll. And you can party all night freaking long, nonstop,
Guilty.
because it's camping. And what do you do at camping? You party your ass off. Like it's a full send, and you are great at that. I commend you. How many hours of sleep did you get for Oki?
Over all 4 days. Actually, I had to start this off by saying when I woke up to start driving to Oki.
Uh huh.
The day before, I woke up, went to work, worked a full shift, went home, showered, changed, packed my car, did all that stuff, watched a movie, got in my car, drove to Okeechobee,
Jesus Christ.
and then went till 4 a.m. at Okeechobee.
Goodness gracious. You ended at the jungle or did you end at Incendia?
Incendia.
Okay. I could see you ending it. But did you boogie in the jungle late at night?
I went to Jungle 51 on the last night
Oh,
of
really?
Okeechobee.
I was there for a couple hours, just like partying my ass off till like 7 in the morning.
Didn't see at all. I also was like, by the time I got there, I was just lying on the ground, just like,
Zoinked. You're
take me now.
like,
Because I had just also came from Easy Baked and Friends.
I wish I went to that. I regret not going. Was it amazing? And everything you could ask for?
It was actually a lot of fun. Funny story about that though. When we got there was just an inflatable pool just chilling there.
Oh, awesome.
So I just walked up and I'm like, "This yours?" No, cool. Sat down in it.
Aw, I love that. Yeah, someone had like a big inflatable square pool and they just,
The
uh,
one on the beach.
yeah, and
Yeah, that's the pool I took over.
okay, cool. They put it at here and they kind of just made it a force to be reckoned with in that big ass crowd, because you're not going to step in someone's pool. Like, that's disrespectful.
But I sat in their pool.
So the next one is you're in nature. Most of the time you're in nature. EDC Las Vegas, I mean, you're outside, so nature, but
That is not nature.
But-
You are literally, you're on the
you're in
slabs.
the desert.
No, you're on the
Slab of
slabs for the RVs for NASCAR weekend.
Okay.
All they do is put AstroTurf down.
Okay.
But those tents are air conditioned.
Yeah. EDC Vegas minus that. But in a lot of other festivals, you're in nature and you get to experience life and being outdoors and like what it's like to, get back to our primitive roots of just being outdoors, which I enjoy. I like doing that. It gets to my inner wook in me. Like, I don't really mind it. I don't mind getting a little dirty and enjoying life. You agree?
Yeah. I mean, especially like since it is in nature, you have the opportunity to have these stages and the campgrounds that are just surrounded by foliage.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jungle 51, Where in the Woods, even even like the Here and Now stage.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Here and Now? Or was it the Be and Now? I don't know. The ones that were inside the grove.
Yeah, be a now.
Be and Now. Yeah, they're just surrounded by nature.
And I love that. It's just so wholesome. Ending the last night with Porter Robinson and his nurture set was like really humbling. You just popped out of nowhere. You're like, hi.
Do you know what set I came from?
Arl Grime?
No. At Oki?
Or what is his? What's the other trap guy? Troy Boy. Sorry.
No, Troy Boy was right after Death Pact.
Oh, okay.
Because it went Death Pact, Troy Boy, Closey.
Oh.
No, I went to Ash Nico.
Oh.
I went to a Bad Bitch Trap set.
How was it?
A Bad Bitch Trap
Really?
set. It was so good.
I'm gonna see her at Electric Forest. I'm gonna give her a second shot because I didn't get to see her. I missed her. I was kind of like lost in the sauce. So the next one is camping can be fun. It can be so freaking fun. Being with your friends and kind of just like roughing it out is something that is an indescribable experience that I wish everyone truly would enjoy. I had a friend, I'm not going to name her, but she did a camping festival and it really wasn't her cup of tea. And by the first day she wanted to leave, and I don't blame her. Camping isn't for everyone. She was going to leave, but then the next day I was like, so when are you leaving? And she goes, well, I'm just going to stay one more night. So she stays one more night. And the next morning I was like, okay, when are you leaving? And she goes, I think I'm just going to rough it out. And then we're going to do this one other festival and then never again for camping. And I was like, okay. I was proud of her for, roughing it out and, getting into that naturey vibe, because I feel like when you do camping festivals, it kind of touches a different element when you camp. Like, you kind of lose a little bit of ego and you're just enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I mean, also, I feel like with being in nature or wherever you are in a camping festival, it takes you away from the regular world.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that. You're there with your close friends. It's just a bonding experience.
Mm-hmm. And even if you don't know anyone there or you become friends with strangers, it's kind of like, not all the time, but a majority of the time, it's just a really humbling experience that everyone just kind of enjoys, and it's very peaceful in a sense. Everyone just wants to vibe and a lot of plur going around. That's why I love camping, just for those experiences. And I also just love being in touch with my inner wook and just trying to be in the present moment. I also like that my campsite's right there and I don't have to drive.
That's the big one right there.
Yeah.
Is driving, because when you're at a camping festival, now you don't have to worry about, okay, who's driving, how much is parking.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to remember is how to walk back to your campsite,
Mm-hmm.
which we failed to do day one of Lost Lands.
I got
We all
lost.
got no, we all got
But
lost going back to the
the thing is,
campsite.
I left my group before anyone. I was like, I'm tired. So, like, I just left. And they're like, Are you sure you know how to go back? I was like, Yeah. And I walked because I knew that it was,
45 minutes later, Dylan
I
gets a
like,
call.
I did,
Where the fuck am I?
I did like 5 different left routes. I was like, What do you mean? Like, I thought it was just one left. One hard left and I'd be there, but no, I had no service. I walked for 45 minutes having to turn around. I was about to break down crying, and then finally freaking Deb answered her phone. I was like, Deb, please, please, Deb. I found my tent. But that was my last one for pros is if you go to a festival and you can't, well, if you are debating on camping, some festivals have no service and like you don't have a car and you're just depending on like an Uber to pick you up or a taxi, you might not have the service to get you out of there, or the surcharge might be insane. I remember trying to leave Forbidden Kingdom and it was $200 the first night. And we had to walk for 2.5 hours to drop to $165 that
And
we had to
that's why we
split.
did a designated driver that weekend.
The thing is, sometimes not everyone wants to be a designated driver, and some people want to Uber, but there's that. Now, for let's see, hotel and Airbnb cons. It may be too far away. The distance, I just got booked my hotel for Base Canyon, and it's 36 minutes away, which I'm okay with.
I mean,
36,
that's about how far we were when we went to Moonrise, too.
yeah, it's not bad. Like it's manageable.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with doing that. But if it's an hour away, no, I'm not gonna do that every time, especially coming from a festival and or having to get an Airbnb, no, an Uber to drive us. No. And it might be also too expensive. I was also looking into hotels for Base Canyon, and thank God I was able to find this hotel 4 night stay for $400, which is a steal. Like I miraculously found this, but all the other hotels and Airbnbs are between $750 to 1,500–1,600 for a 4 night stay, and that's more than the festival ticket. Like if I split
Yeah.
up with my friends, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. And then there's also the things like, so when we went to EDC Las Vegas in 2018, um, we had the hotel, we had a rental car, we had parking passes, and then we sat in 3.5 hours of traffic.
Disgusting.
Terrible. And we had the VIP parking.
Yeah, I remember the traffic was pretty awful. I mean, I took the shuttle last year for EDC Vegas, so it was nice having the toilet on there and just being able to fall asleep for that 2 hour
Oh, yeah,
ride
no, we had
back.
a Chevy Malibu.
Well,
We had a Chevy Malibu with Justin in the backseat listening to hardstyle.
listen, my first year I worked it and we had like 6 people in our group in like a Toyota Highlander, and we had like 2 or 3 people had to like lay down in the back of the trunk. I was not about that. I didn't do that all weekend, but I worked a 14-hour shift and then had to like sit in this like cramped car. I was like 7 people, and it was like a 2.5 hour drive. And I remember I had to pee so badly one time. There's no bathroom. It's just you out in the middle of the desert and everyone can see your booty. So like I had to hold it in and like cry because I ain't peeing in front of everyone. So yeah, getting a rental car or Uber or using your own car can be just too much, too expensive, too much time, and honestly, depending on the festival, it just may not be worth it. Um, I, for Base Canyon, am going to get a hotel and our friend is going to be driving us. I just don't find me staying and buying camping items to stay in Washington is going to just work out for me, because I also like to have my own car and like hook up the power, but I don't want to buy a rental car because I'm on a budget right now. With hotels and Airbnbs as well, you might not be in a safe area. Have you experienced that before?
What, like my hotel being in a not safe area?
Hotel or Airbnb?
I mean, I stayed at the Stratosphere when I went to EDC Las Vegas. That is the most dangerous side of fucking Vegas.
The fact that you say that, because I had, it was my birthday. It was me, Rose, and Allie, and Allie stayed upstairs, and me and Rose went downstairs. I was like, yeah, let's just go smoke this. So like we had nowhere to go, so we just walked a loop around the building right next to it, that abandoned ass like complex, and we
Wait, did
saw,
you guys stay at the Stratosphere too?
yeah, and we had like four crazy like messed up people like walking by. Saw some guy like take off his shirt and act crazy at the gas station across the street, and I'm like, Rose, just fucking hurry up, let's get the fuck out of here. It's funny that you say that. I was like, all right, we can't loop around that again. That's not good.
I still don't understand how me and Justin decided that it was a smart idea to walk from the Stratosphere all the way to Mandalay Bay
Oh my god.
and back.
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea. So yeah, be careful of where you're going to stay. Look into it. I remember I tried to do Buku Music Festival, and we had got this 2-bedroom place, and it was gonna be me, Allie, her boyfriend at the time, my ex-boyfriend Izzy, and Allie's ex-boyfriend's friend Marco, and he was gonna stay on the sofa. We get to the hotel place, and it was like this motel. There was a slash, there was like, it was just gross and like run down. There's like a car with slashed tires in one of the parking lots. There was like, I think a car getting repoed. Their washer and dryer was outside on the porch with like rot and stuff and rust on it. We go to our motel room, we open it, and it doesn't even lock all the way. There is a crusty ass bed in the main living room, and the couch that Marco's supposed to sleep on, that's supposed to be a pull out, is a love couch, a love seat. We go to the bathroom, there's not even a doorknob to the bed. I was like, where are we? And I've been in like other sketchy ass places too. Like, where was the other one? I did this one. I got an Airbnb for this lady for 3 Points Music Festival, and apparently she was sharing this condo with this other person, and that lady was moving out, but the other person doesn't stay there. And there was only one bed in the whole house. And me, Harley, and Phoenix was gonna sleep on the floor, but me and Harley were gonna sleep on top of the bed because we're bougie. But like I lied about how many people, and the girl goes, "Who are you guys?" I was like, "We bought the Airbnb." She goes, "Oh, my she didn't tell me that there was gonna be people today." And she goes, "I'm moving out, this is my last day." And she goes, I was like, "Okay, well, we're gonna stay in that room." And there was like no other bed. She goes, "Well, this house is dirty, I probably wouldn't stay in here." She's literally trying to kick us out so she could sleep on the bed for one last night, and we're like, nah. It was so awkward. So you might find yourself in like awkward weird situations as well that you just might not want to sign up for. But you haven't had any bad experiences?
No.
Well, God bless you. I just can't do that anymore. There might be prohibited like things that you might not be able to do at your Airbnb or hotel, like smoke or, party too loud. You can get called on, they get the cops, you're not allowed to have partying, or you can't have too many people over. And it's just very limited, more rules and regulations versus camping. People don't really give a fuck, but you should be a good person and quiet down at a reasonable time, like for your neighbors. Don't be rude. With the Airbnb situation, I've had a couple of times that the owner might be in the other side of the house as well. So if you're trying to get a little rowdy or do some crazy stuff, you need to keep in mind that you might not be able to get to do that depending on the Airbnb that you buy. Because I've had one Airbnb lady, she was on our asses for Ultra, like us bringing the shoes inside. She smelled the weed from
Is that the one
our.
that turned off the water?
No, she didn't turn off water.
Who am I thinking of?
She smelled the weed from our side of the Airbnb. It went up in the vents and went on her side of the house. Then she's like, I smell weed. I was like, no, nah.
Like a liar.
We had to like roll up in the car outside.
Oh, God. Remember going to Moonrise and we had to smoke in the forest behind the hotel?
Yeah.
It felt like high school.
Rough times, very rough times.
That was a nice log we found, though.
It's nice to be at a campsite and be able to just sit and smoke and drink and be rowdy and not be told what to do. So that's another reason why I prefer camping versus
Yeah.
with pros for hotels, Airbnbs. It's air conditioned,
Free breakfast.
free breakfast for certain places.
Oh, I've never booked a place that didn't have free breakfast.
Oh, okay. I can't have that luxury. I based my hotel and Airbnb based off of.
Well, because the Red Roof that we stayed at in Baltimore had free continental breakfast.
I don't think I got any.
I think I was the only one who would actually listen to me and say, "Hey,
Wake up early.
There's muffins in the lobby."
Oh, I think
no. Instead, we went to Subway for breakfast.
That's
every
why
day.
I was literally just thinking. I'm pretty sure we went to Subway.
Yeah, no, I walked into Subway. I'm like, I'll just take 3 cookies.
So you have an air conditioned room. You have a real bed to sleep on. You have a real shower and toilet. You have all the amenities that you could ever ask for and more. This is a glamping person's dream or a regular person's dream.
It's not glamping.
It's not glamping. It's
that's going to a festival and staying in a hotel.
This is a bougie person's dream.
Granted, yes. Is it fun to do that every now and then? Absolutely. But if I'm going to do it, it's going to be at a festival that doesn't have camping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we live in Orlando, but I think I've gone a hotel twice now for EDC Orlando.
You're killing me. Well, now you're
yeah, because it was closer.
Well, now you're moving closer, so you don't have to do that this year.
Oh, no, I did that with Chris and Joe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was a lot of fun, too, because our hotel was behind Junior's Columbia Burger.
Ooh.
Next to the Taco Bell.
Ooh, I love Juniors. Ugh.
They're probably popping right now.
Getting food and snacks outside the venue. That's the next one. You can go and eat anything. You don't have to pay $15 for
2 chicken strips and like half a portion of fries.
Yeah, you don't. You can literally have the liberty to go do whatever you want and not have to be forced to eat what is suggested at the festival. So you can save money. And it might not be too far away. In certain instances, hotels and Airbnbs where you're at, it could be right around the corner. It could be a 20-minute gap. I really enjoy that for certain festivals that I have done. But you also have to keep an account traffic. At Ultra, we were 25 minutes away, and the traffic to get to Ultra is unreasonable.
The same thing with EDC Vegas, because when there's no traffic, to get from the hotel I was staying at to the racetrack is a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
And it took 3.5 hours.
Yeah. EDC Las Vegas is atrocious. It took me, we got there pretty early each day, like 6 or 7.
Oh, no, we were getting there like midnight.
Yeah, 6 or 7. So it was only like an hour.
People who didn't know how to actually get ready at a reasonable time.
Oh, God.
The reason I missed Post Malone at EDC Vegas.
We missed Oh, wait, you weren't with me. I missed Post Malone at Buku.
Yeah, after missing Post Malone at EDC Vegas, when I saw him on the Bonnaroo lineup, I'm like, I don't care who's playing during him. I'm going to a set.
Yeah, you can potentially miss sets being far away. So just keep that in mind, but you might actually get a place that's super close and convenient. So
like my hotel for Sunset in actually both years that I got a hotel for Sunset.
Yeah, it was
they were literally around the block.
Yeah.
It was a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, that for sure is convenient, but the hotel, was it nice?
I mean, I had no problems with it. Had a pool.
It
was next to an IHOP.
I stayed at a hotel for Sunset one year, and it was like a 0.1 star hotel. Like you could smoke cigarettes in the hotel. Our AC kept shutting off, and we had 8 people sleeping in 2 queen beds.
But why?
Because we were so young. I think I was like 19 at the time. So we just were really roughing it. Now I'm older and I will not do that.
Now I don't want to share a bed with more than one person.
Yeah, no. Nate, it was me, Allie, and Nate. Well, there was three of us in one bed, and then we had like four people and a person on the couch. Nate came from Sunset, and I had gotten there early. I showered, I was sleeping, and he goes and he lays next to me, not showered, and I smelled him, and I was like, no. I was like, Nate, I love you, but you have to take a shower. Like, you can't sleep next to me like that. And he went to go took a shower, so bless you for doing that, Nate. The next one is feeling cleaner. You will feel 1,000 times cleaner being able to go to an Airbnb or hotel because you can take a real shower. You can take your time. You can get every spot. It will be warm.
Yeah.
Usually.
Day one of Oki, ice cold water.
I hate
So
that.
cold.
I hate that. I don't like shivering. But when I did EC Vegas last year, my hotel room, the water was like awful. It was probably the equivalent of the shower they took at Oki.
That's painful.
I was just like, come on, can you guys fix the water heater? Here is one that really sells people for why they want to get a hotel or Airbnb over a camping. You can sleep. You will get rest. And you can't really say that for camping because there's so many factors that go into that.
Yeah, definitely with that. Also, yeah, you can get your sleep, but there is ways to do it at a camping festival.
Yes. You want to tell your method?
My method is I literally will wake up at like 8 or 9 when it starts getting hot. I'll literally just go sleep on like the rug in the common area.
Mm-hmm.
Because who's gonna come into my campsite and be like, "Is he okay?" No one.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, yes, people are gonna do that, but if you're like face down, I'm cuddled up with a squishmallow on the floor. No one's thinking I'm in trouble.
Well, for my method, if you do want to sleep at a camping festival, my method is taking two melatonins. So, or like you can do 10 milligrams, maybe a little bit more. And then I like to put my little earbuds in my ear. And when I have my headphones, I put them over. And then I am able to fall asleep. Some people like to get the eye mask as well. And then
Oh, by the way, I have a full bag of those in my car.
well, I'd love one.
You can have like five. I think I have like 30 in there.
Thank you.
I just took them from work today.
Oh, hell yeah. Took them from work. They just.
So, so we had our associate party a couple weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and it was the theme was pajama party.
Okay.
So they ordered like 600 face masks, and no one took any.
Oh, okay. Well, I will take one for sure. With also sleeping at camping festivals, I'd like to add in, I like to double canopy my tent and align the outside with my tapestries and then also unzip the inside of my tent to air it out. Kind of gives you like air and shade. I also have my portable fan that will keep me cooled down. So just little tiny steps can help you sleep, but some people really can't get through that. And some people don't like feeling mucky when they sleep. So that is a non-negotiable for a lot of festival goers is that their sleep is essential for them. So I totally understand you guys. It's just not meant for everyone. Camping's not meant for everyone, and you are okay for doing what you want to do. The last one I have for hotel pros, it can be cheaper if you go to an out-of-state festival versus having to fly and having to buy camping items like I said before. I don't want to fly to Washington, have to buy a whole set of camping items that I'm going to use once and then freaking take it to the festival with a rental car and then have to either return it or like leave my stuff there. I'm sorry, I like to save my money and I feel like that's such a waste of money and I don't want to pay money to add camping bags and items to fly over to.
Yeah, with that too, because like Harley and I rented a 4Runner to go to Lost Lands,
Mm-hmm.
and like it wasn't super expensive for our car rental, no, but it still added like $400 onto the price tag of Lost Lands,
Mm-hmm.
so like $200 each. So that right there could have been a hotel.
Yeah. But I mean, camping.
Even
I
though this year at Lost Lands we did do camping and a hotel,
wait,
kind of.
you're gonna do camping in a hotel?
No, I'm saying when we went last year when we had to
Oh
go,
yeah.
you know, we got a hotel for Lot Lands and then we camped at Lost Lands.
We were in our hotel for what, an hour and a half?
An
They're like,
hour and a half, woke up Harley and he was so cranky.
yeah. He's like, no. I was like, why are we leaving? Because it's Lost Lands.
I got him into the car and I don't even remember how I talked him down. When I got him talked down, he was like, "Man, you're right," and then fell asleep.
And then we waited what, 12 hours?
Well, so our first line was like 2 hours. Then we were in the parking lot till midnight, and then when we left the parking lot because all the attendants quit, it was another 6 hours before we parked our car.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at hour 4, I like slapped the shit out of Harley, wake him up, and I'm like, "You're driving. I have now been up for 2 days.
I can't do this.
I'm taking a nap."
I was upset that we had to set up our campsite at 6 o'clock in the morning.
While it was freezing.
Yeah, that was not optimal. So, with that, these are experiences, our opinions of what you should do in certain situations. Basically, do your research, see what you're going to get yourself into, look up the area, the weather, and then just kind of weigh out your expenses and what you personally want to do. Camping is a beautiful thing and it's not meant for everyone. So you have to weigh in those factors. Going to hotels and Airbnbs can be fun, but it can also be costly and time consuming getting to and from the place. You also will have more rules laid out for you being there instead of being at a camping festival where you can basically essentially do anything you want. So keeping that in mind, I hope this has helped you guys kind of figure out how to evaluate what you would like to do for your future festivals if they allow camping or not. Do you have anything to say?
If they do also allow camping, also look into what amenities their camping has, because of all the festivals I've been to with camping, each one had different things inside the campgrounds. Like Okeechobee, 2 of the stages that had main artists were inside the campgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Ferris wheel was. That's where some of the like specialty food options were. Same thing at Bonnaroo. And then you have Lost Lands, where it's literally one hub for the entire area.
Yeah.
So just look in and see what is available in the campgrounds at the festival.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a little hard to figure out the prices that they're going to give you too. Just keep in mind that they will price gouge you if you want to stay at a festival usually. Asteria, they didn't do it because it was a rinky-dink festival. But all the other big to medium to big camping festivals I've been to, they will price gouge you, and it's sad, but
It's sad, but it's part of the game.
it's festival business.
It's just business.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed our podcast, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye.